Hey everybody, Happy New Year. We are back with episode 18, and today my co-hosts are...
Christy.
Dylan.
And Brian.
As usual.
As usual.
Happy New Year everybody.
Yeah, Happy New Year, yay. We've been gone for about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
We didn't do a podcast for about 2 weeks. You were gone and out of town, and Brian was out sick for a little bit, so yeah. So here we are. We're back.
So we're back.
I was just here.
Dylan was here.
Yeah. Dylan's here. Christy was here. Bossing everybody around.
Yeah.
So we watched American Werewolf in London, and we're going to go over that today. We're going to show you some stuff that we have from NECA, and this is Trick or Treat, I guess, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I just grabbed it just because.
It's a cool mask.
Mm-hmm.
Although we
Really
probably
goes
should
with what
grab
we're
a
talking
jack
about,
too.
so
I knew that the table was going to get cluttered. I don't know. This guy, I like this guy.
I like it.
I like this one
I
better
love
than the
it.
Jack one, honestly. But
yeah, we're going to do something new now. So every week we are going to talk about a certain movie, and we're going to talk about a certain product in the store. This week it just happens to be, we just got the NECA American Werewolf in London werewolf figure in, so obviously we're going to show that with the movie that we're talking about. But it could, the product doesn't have to be with the movie though.
No, we just lucked out this week.
Yeah, but we're going to change things up and just have a certain movie that we're all going to talk about and a certain product from the store that we're all going to talk about every week. And then plus, update you on news and whatever else is going on with Nightmare Toys.
And some guests coming up.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll have a few different people in here, and we are shipping the werewolf right now, so look for your tracking information over the next day or two. We should have them all out by the time this airs anyway, but everybody should be getting tracking information or getting your figure in the mail in the next few days. So
they exist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep, they're real.
You want to talk about the movie first?
Sure, go for it.
Well, I know, Dylan, this is one of your favorite movies. Do you want to start it off?
Sure, I guess. Yeah, it's definitely one of my favorite movies. I think it and The Howling are like always talked about as being the best werewolf movies for a reason. Like, they're definitely the best werewolf movies ever made. I obviously, like, the place to start, I guess, is the transformation, the Metamorphosis. Like, it was the first time anyone ever won an Oscar for makeup effects. It was Rick Baker, obviously, and it's super cool. It's like still holds up today. I do think, honestly, like, a lot of people like just won't admit it, but I think that it could have been cut faster. Like, it was just like, it was this like almost new technology, or at least something that no one had ever seen before. So like at the time it was really cool to like see all of it. But then in like retrospect, when you watch it, like it goes on a little bit long. Some of the shots stay a little long. Like if even like later on, like in the theater when he transforms and there's just those few quick shots, like that works. Like that's almost all you need, But obviously like the hand stretching and like the, the bladders making the spine like start popping out, right, and just everything, like, I mean, it's just awesome, and it's just inspired like so many monster makers and like makeup effects people, and yeah, I mean, it's obviously known and talked about for such a long time for a reason. It's
great
just
80s
really
movie
cool.
From 1981.
Yeah.
From John Landis. Yeah, and it inspired Michael Jackson to do the werewolf, the werecat, in Thriller.
I almost wore that T-shirt today.
Yeah, I have that. I should have worn that.
Oh, you got the slaughtered lamb?
Yeah, slaughtered lamb.
Yeah.
It was hard to choose which one to wear, but
I don't have an American Werewolf in London T-shirt, and I have so many T-shirts. I know.
I don't have one here,
Very
which is weird.
See?
I have a slaughter lamb pin
we have tons of shirts.
The beer glass, but I do not have a shirt.
I have the pen.
Yeah.
But I don't have the shirt either.
The scene in The Slaughtered Lamb is just one of the best movie scenes ever, too. Like, just all those characters, like all the Brits and stuff, and with the darts, and that's just like the beginning of that movie is like one of the best like intros to a movie ever. Like just with those like opening shots of like all the landscapes, and then just goes to like their banter, and they're just like really funny, and then they just go into that place and the classic like record scratching, like everyone like looking over, and I don't know, it's just really good and like a really nostalgic movie. But
Good soundtrack too.
yeah,
It's a movie. Again, I had only seen the little bits and pieces in the making of Thriller. It was never anywhere for me to rent, and I always wanted to rent it, obviously, because I always see it in the making of Thriller. I was like, I got to see this werewolf movie that Michael Jackson loves so much, because that was all about him. But I never did see it as a child. It was never anywhere for me to watch, so I didn't get to see it until I was an adult. And I like it. I don't know. I know, maybe like 18 or 19.
Right.
And I say an adult because at that point I was on my own to go do it, go somewhere else and find stuff. So, but yeah, probably about then. I like it. It's not my favorite werewolf movie. Mine is Silver Bullet.
Silver Bullet's really good.
The Metamorphosis is insanely awesome, though. I mean, you can't say it's not.
Yeah.
It's great. It's iconic.
Just like the four-legged hound from hell, like it's just such a super awesome polished monster. And again, like at the time, like no one had seen anything like that. But I just love too that it's like the puppet, like once he's fully transformed, is like only like half, and he's like operated by Rick Baker, like laying on his stomach on like a skateboard or something, and like controlling his arms and his head. I think he's being pushed in a wheelbarrow or something, actually. But
I would say the subway scene still freaks me out.
Yeah, that's the best.
Because it has the shot looking down, and then you just see the wolf slowly coming towards the
and it's from far
escalator.
away too, and like so that effect like works even better.
Yeah.
Like that's like the scariest scene, and you only see the monster for like 2 seconds, and that's kind of what I was talking about earlier with the transformation. Like it would almost like, if you leave a little bit more to your like imagination, it's like scarier that way.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But the subway scene is the coolest one for sure.
And the alleyway scene with Alice at the very end.
At the end,
when they show it for a brief moment.
Yeah, it just looks, and then also the beginning, like when he first gets attacked, like when Jack gets killed and just like ripping his throat out, and then like the quick swat or whatever, like those really quick shots, like I kind of enjoy the most.
Yeah, it's more impactful.
More effective, yes. Good word. Yes.
Yeah. But
what about Jack, though? Even Jack, he looked great, too.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Rick Baker's makeup is amazing in this movie. And the way that Jack decomposes as the movie goes along was amazing. And even the Nightmare Demons, like all four different ones were really cool. And I know Baker was one of them, the one that ends up slicing David's throat.
Oh yeah,
that was Rick Baker.
That's cool.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
because he didn't trust anyone. He's like Savini, where he doesn't trust anyone when it comes to like
something like that.
So
it's just fun too. But
yeah,
like obviously that scene is kind of my favorite. I mean, there's a whole bunch of favorite scenes, but like that part is really cool for me because I just love masks so much, and they're all 4 masks. Like they're not like makeups or whatever, because you only see them for like little bits of time. So he sculpted them with these like really crazy expressions. So like their faces don't move at all, but when you just like shoot it and cut it really quick,
they're
like
really
it works really well.
Yeah.
The Warmonger's my favorite one. We didn't have that one in the store. I would have brought it, but that's the crazy one with the teeth and the like wrinkles and stuff, and the helmet. Was super awesome.
There's 2 Warmongers, right? Because it looked like in the movie, it looked like one of them had like half its face like torn off.
I don't know. I have to watch it again. I guess I haven't noticed, but I don't know. There's just the 4 total that I know of. And I think that they're just the 4 masks that they make, because it's just like with like time and money or whatever. Like
you can only do so much.
Yeah, but maybe they damaged one of them or something on purpose to make it look a little different, or maybe not. Maybe there is 2 different ones, but I just remember just the 4.
You worked out of a shipping container, right? Making them.
For that, I'm not sure. I think he had a shot for that. That was for Star Wars, I think. But maybe they did that for that too.
Because when I was doing research on it, it said that only 4 visas were allowed, and Griffin Dunn's visa was almost denied by Britain, because they said that they didn't need him for how short of a time period it was. And then Landis said that, well, we're going to pull the movie out of London and go to Paris. And it's American Werewolf in Paris.
Ah.
And they finally caved in. But because Baker's was one of the makeup effects. I know he likes being secretive with his stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, he was secretive, but at the same time, he taught Rob Bottin how to do everything, and then he went and made the Howling and used all of his tricks. So but so I'm sure he was even extra secretive after that. Well, but I mean, the other side is he's not super secretive too. I mean, like I think he was. For that specific transformation, he had developed that technology for like 10 years. Like he thought about what he would do and all that, and he finally got the moment. So they were working on the Howling at first, and Rob Bottin was like his assistant, and so they developed all this stuff for the Howling. Yeah. But then when American Werewolf got greenlit, Rick Baker went and did that, and Rob Bottin did the Howling. But he told him specifically, like, you know, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. But he did it anyways. And I will say, like. While we're talking about the Howling, the transformation in the Howling is like not nearly as good as the transformation in American Werewolf in London for me. That one also, it goes on way too long, and like the bladder effects in the face, they like bubble for like a really long time. But once he's completely transformed, then I have to say that I like the Eddie Quist like biped werewolf more than Kessler werewolf. I mean, and when I say more, I mean like by that much more. But I think like. I do say that The Howling is a little bit better of a movie. It holds up more on a rewatch for me. Like, I mean, I've seen both of them like 30 or 40 times, but I enjoy The Howling more every time I watch it.
Is it the storyline?
Yeah, I just think the story's better. I think that it has this tone, like this really like evil, weird, creepy tone that American Werewolf is like the polished, kind of funny. Like obviously it's like, you know, like a better movie in like quotations or whatever. Like it's a lot more like polished and just finished really well.
Right.
And again, like once like the Metamorphosis is awesome and it's funnier than the Howling. But one thing that's really cool about the Howling is they just use like almost every medium. Like there's animation in it, there's stop motion in it, and it's just a really good like story. But I think also just the tone, like the music and the way that it looks like cinematography wise. But again, like American Werewolf is like the more professional looking, like polished one. But I just enjoy the Howling a little more. But also just that werewolf is just so evil. Like the Eddie Quist is just so like nasty. But
well, that's a good question for our viewers though to comment on. Which is your favorite then, American Werewolf in London or The Howling?
Yeah, or Silver Bullet or
Silver
any different one.
Yeah, or what is your favorite
I feel like it's always
movie?
between those two. But
yeah. Just tell us your favorite werewolf movie.
I keep on trying to get him to watch Ginger Snaps. Because I really love that.
Love Ginger Snaps. Yeah. Ginger Snaps?
No, I haven't seen it. Well, because the werewolf movies for me are weird because for a long time, and we still try to do it like every Wednesday, me and my brother will watch a werewolf movie for Werewolf Wednesday. And so, but we kind of fell off from that. So like I'm borrowing Ginger Snaps from Brian right now, but I can't just watch it because I have to wait to watch it with my brother because he hasn't seen it either. And it's, you know, he lives in Nashville, so we FaceTime or whatever, but with him being 2 hours ahead and I get off whatever, so it doesn't happen that often anymore. But yeah, there's a few that I haven't seen that I really want to see, like ones that are on the list, but I have definitely seen more werewolf movies than most people. Like that's for sure. I've seen a lot of werewolf movies, but yeah, there's a couple like big ones that just kind of fell under the radar. Even Silver Bullet I didn't see till like a year ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So there's a lot of them.
I'm a big Corey Haim fan. So.
Yeah.
Then
I love Silver Bullet. That was awesome.
Then I keep on telling you to watch Late Phases too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Late Phases. Bad Moon's good.
I would say Bad Moon is really good.
It's on the list. Wolfen is a really cool one.
Wolfen. Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, do you have anything to say? About the movie?
I liked it. I mean, I've seen it a bunch. I saw it. My aunt actually let me and my brothers and some of my cousins watch it. And I was old enough to watch it, but some of us weren't. And so, you know, she was like the cool aunt. And she was like, hey, you guys want to watch American Werewolf in London? Yes, we do. So, yeah, I've seen it a lot. I over the years, and I don't know. I mean, I like it. I like the ending is kind of, it's just kind of abrupt, and it's just like,
yeah, we both
here's
said
the
that.
end,
and there's the end.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing I didn't, or I mean, not that I don't like it, but it's just it could have. I think it could have went on a little bit longer and made it a little bit better, maybe, but maybe not. I don't know. It just seems like it's all of a sudden you're going 100 miles an hour and then it's just stopped.
Yeah, she's
that's
trying
it.
and
It's
done.
like it's like the climax is the ending.
Yeah.
Like usually, there's a climax and you kind of end it. It almost just seems like it all peaks and it's just like credits and it's just like it's strange, but yeah, I mean, just the makeup and the effects like are just awesome.
Yeah.
And like we talked a little bit about Jack, but like obviously we have to mention like the dangly piece of flesh. That's just like my favorite thing in makeup like history. Like
I just love seeing his entire throat is exposed.
Yeah, and the anatomy of that is like it's so good. It's just like such an amazing like sculpture and makeup.
And I don't know. I guess I prefer London more than The Howling.
Yeah,
and I guess for me the pacing is just a little bit better. Not that there's anything wrong with The Howling, but like I think also London, some of the comedic stuff helps it along, where The Howling is more serious tone, I guess. But so like with Jack, when he first shows up, he's like, "You gonna eat the toast?"
Right.
And I remember first name like, "Please tell me he eats the toast." It just falls right through.
Yeah.
And we interviewed David Naughton too.
Yeah, David's a really nice guy.
Yeah.
Super friendly. He loves
He's funny.
talking about the movie, and
He was really funny. I remember asking him about being naked.
that was I didn't. So I guess he was the spokesperson for Dr. Pepper.
Well, he
Yeah.
And
wrote
then
a
he
song
got
for Dr. Pepper.
or well,
like he sold a song. for
so
them and-
but then he was fired
yeah.
because of the nude scene.
I remember him telling us it was really cold though too. How cold it was.
Yeah.
It was cold. You
Yeah.
could see all their breath.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
because they filmed it February and March.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
cool though. During that transformation, for most of it, he's like buried under the floor.
The floorboard.
His head's just like sticking out or whatever.
Yep.
And then with the hair, they put a bunch of hair on, and they started with it all the way, and then like they'd shoot, and then they'd trim it a bit, and shoot and trim it a bit to get it, and they shot it all backwards, and then to get
like
the
how
hair
they
to
do
like
that.
kind of start coming out, and it was like. It seemed like it makes sense like in your head, but it's like it tried to do it like it's
Right.
really like just insane that they thought of that, figured it out, and then like
Right?
executed it so well.
Very creative.
But I really love the movie. I have to say I saw Paris first.
Really?
Well, because I was 12 when it came out, and this shows how old I am. This is when parents could just sign the back of the tickets to let you go into the movies by yourself for R-rated movies. So I went and saw it, and then I remember being at Blockbuster and seeing the cover for this when it was the old Vestron VHS. And I rented it, and I'm like, oh, this was much better.
I don't hate Paris as much as most people do,
I would
though,
say
honestly.
Paris is a fun camp.
It's
I would say
okay.
it's like the MTV version.
I went to the
Yeah,
movie theater to
yeah.
see it too.
Yeah,
They
so-
tried to make a good movie.
They
There's
tried-
people trying in that movie. It's not like
It's
it's just a cash grab.
Yeah.
Like they weren't given the right amount of like time and
Time and
money
money.
to make it good. But like you could just when you watch it, you can tell that like at least half the people here want to be here and
Yeah.
they're trying to make a good movie.
I mean, yes, the dialogue was very
Yeah.
horrible, and the CGI for the time, I guess,
It's still pretty bad.
It's still pretty,
It's pretty bad for
watching
the
it.
time too.
Yeah, that came out in '97.
Yeah.
Yeah, my favorite
Chris-
is when
Chris-
he
Christmas
runs
Day
away.
in '97. Christmas Day. So
The werewolf turns and runs away, but his head just like stays
Yeah.
here. That's like my favorite part.
Okay, I'm gonna like pay attention to that next time.
Yeah.
I watch
Like
it.
I was
I've
watching.
It's like
seen
they
that,
mapped
but-
his
Yeah.
body to run away, but
Oh
not
my
his
god,
head
now
or
I have to
something.
pay
I-
attention to that.
Yeah, I actually
Okay.
watched it this morning before we opened.
Oh, really?
Just because I'm like, okay, I remember it being bad, but let's see how bad it still is. And I'm just like watching. I'm like, oof.
Yeah, I
But
would,
then
I
I'm
would
like,
rewatch that.
but then I'm like, okay, so this is like the MTV version.
Yeah.
Because like they had all the popular music for that time in the 90s, and then
I think they did that a lot in the 90s with horror movies, though. A lot of it was MTV-ish because it was all popular kids that were in popular TV shows, like Dawson's Creek or something, and they were all in horror movies, and then they did the music. Yeah, a lot of the 90s movies were like that, in my opinion.
But American Werewolf in Paris, that is the one, though, where he's like, it's like transforming like on like a hospital bed or something, like behind a curtain and with like a blanket on top.
Yeah, his legs are cut off.
Yeah. And then comes out, and there's this dude who's like trying to get away because the werewolf's coming to eat him. He's like trying to get away, and he gets backed up to this like wall, but there's a door behind him. And so then he goes into his keys, and he's like trying all these different keys and trying to get it to work and trying to get it to work. And the werewolf's getting closer and closer. And finally, he finds the key and it works. He opens the door, and it's just a supply closet.
Yeah, it's just a bunch
of
like, shelves.
Fuck. And like it's just like that's one of my like I was like that idea is awesome. Like I'm happy that made it into the movie. Like that's cool. And then there's just a couple other things where she like blends up a bunch of like human hearts into like a like a little tomato juice for the morning for him or whatever. Like there's just cool ideas in it. But then that scene, like that potential of that scene could have been so cool, and then it gets turned into like the stupidest scene in the movie. Like it's if you watch, like next time you watch it, it's like when it's hard to explain, but he keeps like having these really lame like dream within a dream things, and it's like it's so poorly done and like awkward, but it's like there's these little nuggets of cool stuff. It's like they tried, they just didn't.
I was in the them trying to duplicate the Jack ghost didn't work out for it either.
Yeah, no,
that's not gonna work out for too many people.
No, I mean some of the makeup on it was really good. Like there's a scene where one of them's trying to whistle and the eyeball just comes popping right out. Like that was cool, but most of the makeup could have been better for it. But I definitely say Werewolf in London is where to be, especially if you could. I know Universal rarely does screenings in theaters, so if they do it, go see it in theater because it's a much different experience watching it in theater than it is at home.
I agree with that. Now, what about the figure in the mask?
Well, the mask.
Gotta show it off a little bit.
Yeah, this one's sculpted by Russ Lukic. It's one of the like my favorite masks that they did of like a licensed character. The paint job's really cool. It has these like veins that look like they're under the skin and everything, and just the paint job's really good on him, and the sculpt's awesome, and
it's a cool mask.
Yeah. I've talked about the mask before already, but that's just like they did almost all of the Nazi demons for Tots. Like they did this one, the Warmonger, and like the Beast or something, whatever he's called, the one that kind of looks like a werewolf but isn't really one.
Right.
And then, but they didn't do the other guy that has like the like kind of like crazy spiky like flat top hair or whatever. Like he's also pretty werewolf looking, but I really like that design. But what's cool about I picked this as like a placeholder for the Nazi demon figure that's going to come out soon, or Nightmare Demon. They don't have swastikas on them or anything, but they're definitely Nazis. But that one's cool because it comes with all 4 heads. Yeah. So when they first announced them, I was hoping that it was going to be like 2 packs. But then it ended up just being one singular figure with a bunch of accessories and 4 heads, which is cool. But I'm also going to end up with 12 extra heads because I'm going to have to buy all of them, So you can, so I can have all. They have to all 4 to be together.
You're going to have to buy 4
yeah.
figures.
Yeah, you have to buy 4 figures and have a bunch of extra. But I mean, it'll be cool to have a bunch of little tiny extra heads too. Like, you know, I'll find something to do with them. They can be like, because I want to start. It's fun too, like, because I've started to finally take all my toys out of the boxes and get them set up, and I like mixing up the accessories with like different like things and stuff. So, like even like with this one, it comes with the scary head or whatever as well, and so I like mounted that because I have like a Guillermo del Toro section. And you know how he has his like bleak house with his like crazy collection and stuff. So I like mounted the other head like in his little square. So it's nice. You know, and like same thing with like the Creep Show skull. I put that skull like with his books and stuff, and then like the werewolf on the head. So it's kind of fun to just keep mixing them up and build. So I'll find something to do with all those heads.
But we do have this in stock though, right?
Yeah, this one's in stock. We have plenty.
60, right?
I think
60?
Yeah,
probably. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then this beautiful, beautiful specimen of a wolf, which I love that the head like can move left to right, and then there's actually a second piece that you could push up or down for the neck piece.
Oh, cool.
And then you can move the legs and the feet. And then it does have the second head, which show it on the back. It's the bloody mouth, which I think I kind of prefer this head over the bloody mouth. Although I will take the bloody mouth out and just kind of sit next to it. Mm. But normally, the Ultimate figure cases aren't this big,
right?
But like. Just like, even though there's not a whole lot, like, it gives you space to make sure it doesn't get destroyed.
Yeah.
Which I think is probably the best thing they could have done for a figure like this. Because I was afraid when they first announced it was going to kind of show up in, like, just a normal window. Like how the Jaws Toonie Terrors came in. I'm like, well, that's going to get destroyed right away. But then I'm glad that it came in like this.
Yeah, it's a nice box.
It really is. And the sculpting that they did on the figure is truly amazing. Yeah, like all the details, even to like the backbone that goes all the way down, and the toenails in the back paws.
Nice to have a nice werewolf
figure. Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. That's what I was going to say. It's like, just like the anatomy on it is just so cool. Yeah. And it's so cool to be able to own this. Like they finally made like this awesome werewolf
like
figure.
There's not many. Like you have this, and then Scream or Shout Factory had the Howling.
Yeah, but it's a statue. I have that one. It's a statue, and it's really cool. But like, please make a
a figure.
Yeah, because that's the other thing too is like the statue's really awesome, and I love it. But I also like the $30-$40 range. Like those. That's what got me into collecting was just like the 7-inch scale kind of. And I like the 12-inch stuff too, but just like the action figures that stand up like this, like that's my favorite kind of thing.
I think I'm hoping now that they have the license for this. Like we know that the Nightmare Demons are coming out. I hope they do a Jack figure, and it gives you different parts as he's decomposing. And then I really want a David figure of him transforming.
Yeah. And one thing that NECA like almost never does, and I would say actually probably I don't think they've ever done, is like in the 90s and stuff, your toys would be like somewhat interactive. Like you could pull like a lever and it would do something or whatever. Like if they did something with like a mid transformation Kessler and like his hand could like stretch, like you like pull a lever and his hand stretches,
or the legs or something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like if they did something like that, that'd be really cool.
That'd be neat.
But yeah, then also like you said, like a Jack Goodman, but with like 3 different heads and hands,
cloaked figure.
Type. Yeah, clothed would be cool, but I don't know. I'd almost want him to. Yeah, I'd almost want him to stay with the same because like they did this one kind of sculpted, so I want to keep the scale the same and stuff too. Like, but I mean, if they just did the sculpted clothes and then just like interchange the head and hands or whatever, because that's one really cool thing about that too. Like his initial makeup with like the crazy flappy piece of skin, and then it goes into his kind of just like really dark makeup, which I have to say is like kind of my least favorite makeup. It looks really good like on VHS, but like on like Blu-ray and stuff, like I mean
it becomes more blue.
Yeah, I mean like Rick Baker is the Michael Jordan and he invented all of this stuff, like so saying anything negative is whatever, but compared to like what he did later on in his career and what other people do and all that, it's a little painty. But then it goes to the puppet, and the puppet's like amazing. I absolutely love that puppet. And but yeah, so getting all 3 of those to switch, and obviously they do the Nightmare Demon with 4 different heads, so there's no reason why they wouldn't do 3 heads and 3 sets of hands. It would be really cool.
Well, we got plenty of those in stock too.
We do. So, like we said, these are being shipped out. They should pretty much all the pre-orders should pretty much all be shipped out as this comes out. But we do have them in the store. It's $36.99.
Cool.
So, and hopefully, the Nightmare Demons show up.
They should be here soon.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I've seen that figure in person. It looks really cool. Can't
Yeah,
wait
it's
to
really
get that
neat.
one. It's just like every paycheck, like one Nightmare Demon, please. And just take it out.
I'm excited to have this in my collection now. I showed it to Liz and she yelled at me saying that it's the ugliest toy she's ever seen.
Yeah, that's really cool.
I'm like, but it's the werewolf from Werewolf in London. She's like, I don't care.
Yeah, I put the Creep Show creep like standing next to him, like holding the lantern. So it's like it's this big scary dog. Like they look really cool.
Oh,
together.
that's
I was like,
cute.
you should like put it on top of him.
Yeah, I mean it'd be funny, but then it'd be silly. But also, I don't know, they're not so articulated enough. But
I was like, this
one is nice because it stands really well because it's got 4 legs.
I was like, it is a very thick figure.
Yeah, it is.
But I just like, like I love separating up their accessories and stuff and just mix and matching them. So like I have like the creep next to him. He's like holding his lanterns. It just looks like it brings you into the toy world. And then I put his skull with Guillermo del Toro, and then I put the Creep Show comic on the Halloween 3 television set with McCready's Scotch glass.
Yep.
Like,
Oh my god.
it starts, the more and more stuff you build, it looks more and more fun.
It's just too bad like the lantern doesn't light up.
Yeah.
Because that would have been cool, like him just standing there in the dark.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put it right next to my Howling figure. I have the 2 werewolves right next to each
Yeah,
other.
Christy doesn't mix anything.
I'm gonna have to find a spot in my collection
Do you?
to put this.
No, not really.
I may just put this on top.
Oh yeah, it's on top of my shelf. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Put it on top next to the Christine car I have.
do you have the one with the light up lights?
That'd
like
be
I have?
funny.
The Christine with the light up headlights?
No, I had the old diorama that we used to have to where it's
cool.
in the garage.
Oh, that's right. Okay, cool. Yeah, I got
I
that.
remember when we had that in stock. We couldn't keep that in stock.
No.
I don't have that one, but I got the like 1/18 scale like die-cast
Yeah.
car. Do you have that one? You can like
No, I don't have any.
it has like a button on the bottom and
to where
the headlights come on, and
I
it's
need
really
that.
bright. It's really cool.
Yeah, with
Yeah, I
their
need that.
LED lights, I think.
Yeah,
On them.
and you know what I did with that one is like the Warriors 5
Yeah.
point set.
Yeah.
I took all them out because they're like pretty much
Are
to
they
scale.
in the car?
They're not in the car, but they're like 'cause their knees don't bend,
Okay.
But like
That would've been hilarious.
It would have been really cool to have like the baseball Furies like rolling around in Christine. But no, they have their stuff out and they're like all around it like they're about to like beat it up. But then that Warriors
I love
set,
that.
it came with a really cool kind of like back piece, like that's like a parking garage. Or maybe never mind. That's
something.
not true. The parking garage came with behind the Christine, or vice versa. I don't know, but I set it up behind that, and so like when you look at it like down, it literally looks like all these Warriors like characters
Oh my
are about to
God.
beat up this Christine car
That's
and like
awesome.
in a parking garage.
That's
It's pretty
creative.
cool.
I like that.
If they only knew.
That's funny. Right.
It would be so fun to have the baseball Furies in the Christine car though.
That would be.
But they're 5 points. I need like 12
Yeah.
points to do that.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, we've got Halloween show coming up.
Yes. Excited about that.
Yeah. Trick or Treat Studios is going to be in town hanging out with us. And,
We're gonna have them on the podcast.
yep. Chris and Anthony are going to come in for sure. Yeah, we may.
Justin said, I think.
Maybe.
Maybe. Okay.
Maybe. We don't know.
Okay.
We're going to make Dylan twist his arm.
Yeah. Kidnapping.
Well, Chris told me him and Justin wanted to do it, so
Yeah, I think
Chris wants to
Chris
do it.
might have spoke for Justin.
Yeah.
probably.
But that's all right. We're gonna have some fun with it. And we're gonna have Dante at the booth with us. We have an appointment first thing on the first morning to go through all the new stuff.
Right.
And so Dante will have a video of all the new stuff coming out from Trick or Treat Studios, which we've seen a presentation of all the new stuff, and
They
they're
got some cool stuff coming out.
they got some really cool
So
action
excited.
figures. They're getting into the 7-inch game. So yeah, it's some pretty neat stuff. So we'll have Dante make us a video, and we'll try to get it out as quickly as possible, and then just kind of show everybody everything at the Halloween.
And I'll take pictures too and post them everywhere and all that too. So yeah, that's the exciting thing about this Halloween show. It's usually in New Orleans, and now this year it's here. Yep. And we've gone every year, and this is where we do our Halloween orders for the Halloween season with all the companies. So we'll get to show you all videos and photos of all the new stuff from Trick or Treat and Fun World. Yeah. We cannot exclude Fun World. Ghostface.
Nope.
Screen costumes.
1,200 people on the wait list for that.
1,200 people on the wait list for that.
Yeah. So we will be seeing Fun World. Hopefully. Yeah, they're coming, right?
As far as I know.
They do. Okay, well, if they're there, usually they are. That's where we made our order. Then we'll show any new stuff that they have coming out this year pertaining to Ghostface. Yeah. Or maybe we can get some info on when stuff will come back out or something like that. So stay tuned for that if you're wondering about Ghostface merch and Scream merch from Fun World. So we'll see them next week.
And our in-house talent here has a mask coming out. Yes. Lord Grimley is making one of your masks. It's the witch.
Yeah, it's like the haunted hag. It's like the witchy looking.
Right.
It's inspired by like the Haunted Mansion pop-up ghosts. It's like them mixed with like a hag witch from like Halloween 3, like kind of were the main inspirations. But then I painted one in like a purple and green kind of like super Haunted Mansion color scheme, and then that's the one that they saw and liked. And so like I made a foam master and tooled it up and got it all clean, and then did a color master as well, and I just shipped those all straight to the factory in Mexico, and they make a mold off of that and look at my color master to do it for themselves. I was like, do they need like instructions or anything? And they're like, no. I'm like, all right. Like those guys, like they just see it and they're just like, okay, cool. So like now we're gonna, like there's people there, their whole job is to do a paint design for mass production, so I'll replicate my paint job as close as possible, but with mass production in mind. And then, so I'm really excited to see like a mass-produced version of that mask.
That's so awesome.
It'll be really cool. Yeah, I'm excited.
And they're going to show that at the show too.
Yeah, right? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they said that they were going to. So I'm hoping that they already, because I think that they will, because that's why they had me ship it like directly to Mexico, because I think that they were trying to get at least some kind of thing made in time for the show. Right. Because I don't know if they're showing like the color master that I sent, but I highly doubt it. I think that they're going to be showing something that came from the factory, which is what I'm hoping, because I want to see that. Right. I'm excited to, and then
so Dylan might not be here on the next episode if he gets rich and famous.
Yeah, there's so much money in latex masks.
Hey, started somewhere, you know. Got to start somewhere.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited to see that. It's gonna be cool.
Yeah, so that's cool, and we'll awesome. Have a video of all of that, and then hopefully we can get Chris and Anthony in here and go over everything. If you have any questions you want us to ask Chris Sefro, leave a comment for us, and we'll try to go through them and get some stuff written down. If anybody wants to know anything, he's a pretty interesting guy.
Yeah, he's fun.
So yeah, he's a lot of fun. He's a lot of fun. Every time we go over to pick stuff up, he takes us to lunch. He gave us a ride in Christine one time. Twice, yeah.
Yeah.
And
he's got the real Christine.
Yeah, I was just like, I'm all talking. Yeah, I mean, you press a button and it lights up. It's like so cool. You don't have it. Oh, okay.
Like,
meanwhile, you've ridden around in it.
Yeah, you just turn the key.
Start it up.
Hey, you crash it? Does it reconstruct itself?
Nice,
you definitely get some looks riding around town in that.
Yeah, that is super cool.
So they're a lot of fun to hang out with, and I guess we'll come up with another movie and toy to showcase next week. Yep. And
then we got Derek Mears on the 15th as well. So we got the Halloween show next week, and then right after that we have Derek Mears on Saturday on the 15th from 12
12 until whenever the line ends.
Okay.
Essentially.
So there we go. So yeah, come see Derek.
And we're going to have all new masks.
Yes. Yeah, we have all new 2009 hockey masks that will be here for people to purchase, for him to get signed. They are made by macheteman.com. So we'll show that, the mask, on the next podcast, though.
Yeah.
And then we also have the Chris Butler poster as well. Did we get that in?
Not yet.
Not yet? Okay.
And then we will have 2 different limited edition pins from Knee High for the signing.
Cool.
So we'll have a Jason one, and then we will also have a Swamp Thing one.
Nice. Ooh, Swamp Thing one.
Yes.
Nice.
I think we did get the
posters.
the
We should have
poster.
gotten the
Yeah,
posters.
I think that we have. I just
Is
haven't
that what's
opened
next
it.
to your
Yeah, it's
desk?
right next to my
Okay.
Okay,
desk.
so we have the posters.
Okay.
So we'll have plenty of merch for people to purchase before the signing, to get signed, and purchase after the signing, and all that in store and on the website.
And I think we're going to actually have machetes here. Peter shipped off a bunch of machetes. So I think we're going to put some machetes and some masks up for pre-order if you want to.
Oh, okay, cool.
If you want to pre-order those. I don't have all the details yet because we just talked about it last night, but I think we'll pre-sell some of those, and it's not going to be personalized. It'll just be autographed. But if you want to get in on the machetes, because they go really fast, so they're really nice too. So we'll put some pictures up and get that on the website today or tomorrow, and have a way for everybody to buy that if you can't be here, or if you want to be here and just pre-order it and pick it up in store, that's fine too. And then we've got CreepyCon coming up the first weekend of February, and then the last weekend of February we're going to be at Cult Classic Convention in Texas.
Yep.
So
both cons have great guests.
Yeah, they have some really good
Yeah,
guests.
I just saw CreepyCon started announcing Terrifier people this morning.
Yep.
And I'm just like, you guys just keep on announcing people.
Yeah, both conventions are going to be really fun.
Yeah, so that'll be good times. And anything else? We're going to wrap it up.
I think that's it.
Anything else, guys? No?
We're working on getting the pre-orders out, so we'll have the Werewolf out. They should have all the Halloween Kills out. Praying by the time this comes out.
There's a lot of them.
There's a lot of them.
orders, y'all. It's taking us a while to do all these products.
And I guess it could be said too about the Kills figure that we got so many pre-orders for them that it was like, and we got a whole bunch shipped to us, but it still says out of stock on the website because we want to get through all of those pre-orders first
before we
and
put
then,
them in the
yeah
store.
then we'll see how many we have left
after
and
that.
there's definitely going to be some left, like that's for sure, but I just didn't want to be like 200 and then they're gone and then someone buys one. And so hopefully by the time that this comes out on Friday or soon after that, they'll be just in stock and available for purchase on the website.
What about the gargoyles?
Gargoyles have all gone out.
Those are good.
Okay.
Those are all out. So
and then the rest of the figures are on their way.
Still. So once those come in, I'll crack the whip on them.
What do we got
Yeah,
coming?
Part 7, Jason, we have another wave of those coming in. And then we have all of the Toonie Terrors, the new ones with Elvira and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. And then this figure.
The Nightmare Demon.
I think it was the Nightmare Demon was the other figure.
Yeah.
That's what you told me last time.
And then,
I hope so.
And then after
I gotta
that,
start buying them.
Yeah, I think after that, then the miners should start coming in.
Oh,
well, we should be getting the 2-pack of Sam and Michael.
Oh yeah.
The Halloween.
And we've got
that needs to be coming in.
SOD, 8-inch clothes figure coming in.
That's a restock.
Yeah.
What's SOD?
Something of
I
death.
just had a brain fart.
It's music.
Sons of Danarchy.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And we got Predator, the Assassin Unarmored, 7-inch figure. The Series 6 Toonie Terrors, the Thing 7-inch figure, Ultimate McCready. Alien versus Predator 7-inch figure, Alien assorted movie deco case. I think that was the one. There's 3 different.
Yeah. There's 3 different
Three
figures.
There's
There's
in
no
stock already right now.
London figure.
No Nightmare Demon.
I thought that's.
Poor Dylan.
I thought that's what you
Or
said.
Fog, Captain Blake. Restock.
No, just on this shipment. This is all, and then Friday 13th, part 7.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the main.
That's the main.
That,
thing
that's the
is that
main
Jason.
gap that we need.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Jason.
So,
Ordered
But-
80 cases of those, and
Yeah, so once those come in, we'll go back to cutting down those pre-orders.
Yeah. And we've got some stuff coming from Mezco, I think, soon too.
should be the Silent Hill Living Dead doll.
Yeah. And then they put out one today, Pennywise Living Dead doll. I think it's the one that we've already had.
Oh, I haven't looked.
But yeah, I saw an email from them earlier, and it was pre-order, but I believe we've already had that.
I mean, there's only been 2, so it's the 1990 version or the 2018 or 19 or whatever.
Remember we had
That
one
came
with
out,
the
17, yeah.
with the teeth weren't on it. That's it.
Yeah, we've already had that.
Yeah. But you can pre-order it again, so I guess they're re-releasing
Order
it.
again, then.
I just really want NECA to re-release the Fog Captain Blake figure.
Yeah, and we
Me
made
too.
the order for that.
Yeah, because
We're just
they sent the
waiting.
email out, but that was a long time ago
Yeah.
that they said they're redoing it. That's like one of the main ones that I missed out on. It's
There-
Rob Bottin.
I was saying
You can have a Rob Bottin action figure.
there was a lot of them that they were redoing that we had wanted.
Yeah, I want that one really
That was
bad.
a-
Mine
one-
has the backer card on mine is flipped backwards.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
you
Yeah.
had the rare one.
Yeah, I didn't want to send that off to somebody, so I was like, yeah, I'll just take that one home.
Do you have Snake Pliskin? That's another one that I don't know if I'll ever get from Escape from New York. I want that figure so
I
bad.
was ponying up that $200, but
But it's not like legitimately out of print yet, so I'm trying to be patient and not eBay that one. But man,
You may have to.
I don't know a single person who owns that figure. Like I ask people all the time. Like anytime they're necklaces, like, do you have a Snake Plissken? They're like, no. I'm like, did they make 10 of those?
yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
I don't know
might have seen it
anyone who
once.
owns one. I don't know. If I had ever seen it, I'd own it. He's got a snake tattoo on his stomach. How many NECA figures have snake tattoos? One.
One. Well, all right. Well, let's wrap this one up
Yep.
then, and we will see you guys next week. Hopefully with the guys from Trick or Treat Studios. All right. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.